To put clips. Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you. Welcome to another edition of the Liburd Roger Sports Hour on Love Bay Afrobeats Music Talk Radio. We were away last weekend for the holiday weekend, the Canada Day. Did you do anything special, Roger, for that weekend?
Not much. I just hung with the family.
Yeah, it's the same thing here. Didn't do much either.
Yeah.
It was good to have a long weekend, though.
It is great. I wish you could have one every month. And I think we have another one coming at the end of this month. So looking forward to that one too.
And that should be the Caribana weekend, I think.
That's Caribana weekend. And then the month after that, it's the Labor Day weekend. So
Labor Day weekend, yeah.
It's a bonanza for us for the next couple of months.
Yeah, some people say Toronto Carnival, but I still say Caribana. It's Caribana.
That's the name I know. The Toronto Carnival doesn't sound as catchy as Caribana.
That's Caribana. Yes. Yeah, but so much things happened while we were away, Roger.
Oh boy, the whole world changed, I think.
Yeah, we've had some exciting cricket, some exciting track and field trials in all the different countries.
Lots of football going on as well, or soccer, as some people know.
Yeah, it's both Euro and the Copa looking really good.
Exciting games.
Very exciting games for all of them. So, we're just going to catch up this weekend as there's so much to talk about. So we can basically get right into it. And we can start off with some tennis. And have you been watching the Wimbledon?
Wimbledon is here. Not watching it so much. I mean, I'd watched it mostly the highlights so far, but now that they're getting closer to the business end of things, I'm really watching the full games going forward. But I'm mostly going to script, I think.
Yeah, I was watching a good game yesterday, actually. Francis Tiafoe actually surprised me.
I was shocked. I was like, when is this game going to end?
Pushed Alcaraz to the end and to 5 sets. And he had a few things to say before the game. And he was trying to back up his chat, I guess, but he didn't in the end.
He did a good job, though.
Did a very good job. Played very well.
He stepped up really, really nicely. And I think it may sound weird, but I think maybe this is what Alcaraz needs to make sure he's totally locked into this tournament.
Yes, he needs that kind of thing. And Canadian Shapovalov, he's playing right now. He's actually struggling a bit. He won the first set, but then lost the next two and in his third round.
Yeah, you know what, though? Yeah, he's struggling since he's been there. I think he went to 5 sets the last time as well, but he's the only Canadian left going, and I don't think he has much further to go, but I'm rooting for him for as far as he can go.
That's so true, as far as he can go, because Felix went out very early.
First round. Like, what is that?
Yeah,
what's going on there?
That was really surprising to me.
Yeah, disappointing more.
Disappointing, so yeah.
And Driscoll, I thought she would have gone a little further, but she went out. Fernandez went out pretty quickly second. So I don't know. Canadians didn't show up much except Shapovalov.
Yes, and he's still there trying to get to that round of 16.
Yeah.
But on the women's side, any surprises? Well, we've had a withdrawal, which was surprising to me. Sabalenka withdrew.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's an injury.
Yeah. It's the women's side. I mean, I wanted to see Osaka go further.
Right.
She's gone already, and I like watching her play, so I'm disappointed in that. But I think we want to see Goff and Swiatek. I think.
That's what everyone is looking for. Goff has a tough one in the next round. Yeah, but she should get through it. She's playing well.
She is. Paulina's stepping up nicely, so you got to watch out for her, though.
Yeah, Paulina is a good player. She's been playing very good for the recent times. So, we have to look out for her. And it's of a surprise as Wozniacki. She's pushing on too, and she's
she keeps going.
She keeps going. Yeah, she retired, unretired, and then she's
still there.
Yeah, she's the one who took out Fernandez. So
I know. Pretty easily. So no, some of these vets you gotta be careful of because they know their way around the court is the way I put it. So you gotta be very careful of them. Good player.
It's been easy so far for Swiatek. Don't know if it'll
Yeah,
continue that way. I don't think she'll have
mostly.
much of a problem today either.
Mostly,
Uh,
yeah, it's gonna continue for a bit.
yeah, I think she's gonna because I don't know if you have the Wimbledon app. I downloaded it to keep following, and it
Me
has an
too.
interesting feature on it now. You look at the matches and they give you the likelihood of
Of
winning,
winning. Oh,
who's gonna
yeah,
win.
they do
Yeah.
that more and
So
more nowadays with AI out there. So they talk about,
yeah,
when the West Indies was playing T20, it was like percentage of opportunity to win, and so the numbers are coming up, which you hit a six and it changes. So
correct.
it changes very quickly. So, but it's good. It's good. It's good. It keeps you locked into what you're watching.
Yeah, and it keeps you very interested in what's happening,
Right.
especially if it looks like the favorite is going down at times.
Yes,
It
yes. It
gives
keeps.
you
Oh my God, what is happening here? So, no, you're right.
yes,
Good
yeah, some good,
improvement.
yeah, some. I mean, that's what the fan engagement is always about now. So
That's what it is about. Roping the
yeah,
fans.
yeah, and we all watch it, so
Yes,
it's working.
it is. It is. It is. But I think Wimbledon, as I said, going to script. Let's see if it's going to be an Alcaraz Sinner and a Goff Swiatek, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. It's going to script, and we'll
Yeah,
keep following today.
for sure.
Um, in Formula One, there is a new winner last week in Montreal,
Yeah,
surprisingly,
can you
in
believe? And
the
it's a
US.
Mercedes. It's a Mercedes car,
Yeah,
and
it
it's
was
not Mr.
Mercedes.
Hamilton.
No,
It's
it
Mr.
was
Russell.
Russell. Yeah,
Happy for
Hamilton
him
was
though.
happy
He's
for
knocking
him
on the
for
door
sure,
for a while. Knocking on the door
hmm
for a while. So good to
and
see
that should
that.
give him some confidence going into the British Grand Prix this weekend.
I think it has.
So
I think he had the fastest this morning or something. So I think he's
yeah, he
all
was
pumped up.
fast.
He's all pumped up,
But
ready to go.
yeah, actually, Mercedes were 1-2 in practice this morning. So
I notice. I notice.
qualifying about to start shortly. So we'll see how they
The
go.
tide may be turning. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Well, actually, qualifying number one was finished, and Verstappen was at the top. Norris second, Hamilton third, and Russell fourth.
Fourth. Yep. Yep.
So they go to qualifying two shortly. So we'll see who gets the
It's,
pole.
well, yeah. Let's see who gets the pole. It's getting interesting now because it's not a one-man show anymore. So last time they raced, Lando Norris and Verstappen had that little crash or clash or whatever you want to call it, or a combination of both. So it's going to be interesting to see how they come back from that.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting to see that for sure. Yeah. Before we get into so much cricket, track and field happened that we have to, and the Euros, we have to give them some time this weekend for sure. But
Yeah.
before we get into that, anything else? It's something
Well,
I saw actually, though. I don't know if you follow the WNBA. I don't really follow it a lot, but then
not very closely yet.
yeah, but then I saw Angel Reese was doing some great things with double streak.
Oh, look
Yeah,
at her. That's good to
yeah,
know.
I think she broke the record for her team for the
Oh,
longest streak, 11 doubles,
that's
and then
impressive.
she had a career high 27 and 10 rebounds, just points, 10 rebounds yesterday. So
That's good numbers. That's good
she's
numbers for
coming up.
Angel.
And Caitlin Clark is doing well too. She's playing very good.
What I like is that she came in with a lot of hype and she's mostly living up to it. So
Yeah.
kudos to her. Kudos to her.
So yeah, so
And I was looking more at the boys, because there were
Mhm.
some massive moves in the NBA, as you know.
Yes.
There's Brady gonna join his dad over there in the Lakers. Klay Thompson jumping away from the Warriors over to the Mavericks for some big
For some big
money.
money. Yeah.
Paul George jumping from the Clippers over to the
Sixers.
Philadelphia 76ers for some
Yeah.
massive money. There's a lot of money out there. Ingle, I just see these dollars and I think I'm getting lost in it.
Yeah,
We
it's so much.
signed Jason Tatum for $314 million. I'm like, what? That's a lot
Yeah,
of money. A lot of money.
it
My
is.
word.
But it's the first time, Roger. If you ask me who was the number one draft pick, I couldn't tell you, but I
Couldn't
can
tell
tell
you.
you who was the 55th.
That
Because
is so true.
there's so much hype around who was number
Around Bronny.
55.
You know what, though? There's a lot of things on social media, negative and positive, about this move from Ronnie. You get into, this is how the working world works. You have a man in a position in an organization, so he brings in who he wants to bring in and all of that stuff. But I don't know. What are your thoughts? Do you think a lot of people felt he should not have gone that high and all of that stuff. They felt he hasn't done anything to deserve it.
That's what a lot of people are saying, but he said he's going to prove the critics wrong, and I just think maybe give him a chance. Sometimes some people are not great in college or high school.
Yeah.
Then when they get to the pros, you see a different player, and playing with his dad, and you never know.
I think his dad is going to motivate him to be really great. It's I wouldn't call it a gamble because it was planned, but I believe it's maybe tough for him because of the spotlight that is going to be on him. So that may put him under a little stress. So his dad has to do a good job protecting him because he may not be allowed to have too many bad days.
That's true. And it's not just around his dad. It was also his agent, because they were saying that agent was telling players not to pick him, teams not to pick him, because if you pick him, he's going to leave. So LA wanted him. So
it was very complicated. I mean, they got what they wanted, but I will admit it was a little messy to get him there, but they're there now. So let's see how he does. But, social media is not good to people most of the time. So people are out there looking for him to fail, which is just sad. But I think he's going to step up and be good. I think he's going to be okay.
He should be okay. I think so for sure.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to discuss on other sports before we get into the main
that
ones?
was about it. I mean, I still got to get used to all this money, 340 million and 200 million for Maxi. Like, okay, too many millions out there. But outside of that, I'm good.
It's a lot of millions out there for sure.
Yeah.
And I was listening to some hockey signings, and I'm thinking like, their money's not even close to what these other sports,
what these basketball is getting.
Basketball getting, So wow.
They get a $30 million contract in the NHL, and it's a big deal.
It's a big deal, yeah.
And this guy is talking about 314 million. So, but baseball is the same, remember? So baseball and NFL. I mean, NFL, you get 500 million and all of that too. So there's a lot of millions out there in sports these days.
Yeah, I met a gentleman the other day, and we were talking, and he was asking me about cricket. So he doesn't know a lot about cricket. He's Canadian. And he was, one of the questions he asked, do cricketers make the same kind of money as the other sports? I said, not even close yet. Well, but IPL is changing it, but I said not as close yet.
They're stepping up there, but they have a long way to go.
Sure, a long way to go, for sure.
A long way to go, that's for sure.
Definitely. And that's a great segue into the Cricket World Cup. And as we talk about IPL and the champions of the world, India, after a very long drought from 2011.
I know.
They're the champions. But do you think that South Africa choked again?
That's my belief. I honestly felt they had the game in hand. And I don't know what happened those last 8 overs. They were timid, very timid.
Even the last 5 overs, because they needed 30 runs in 30 balls.
I was like, how can we lose? I was confused here. I was totally confused. I thought they had it. I genuinely thought they had it. This is a massive upset. But
that's what I thought too.
Didn't turn out to be any upset.
I was starting to feel happy for them, because when Klaasen hit those couple of sixes and boundaries, and I thought this is it. So I thought South Africa finally going to win the World Cup. But
they had it in the palm of their hands, I must say. They did have it.
I think their plan against Bumrah was wrong. I think you can't just let Bumrah bowl to you. You need to attack him. But if you let him
get the rhythm on you,
then so I think they should not be thinking, okay, we're going to play out to Bumrah and play and go after the rest, which is look like the plan. And the other thing for South Africa, they have a very long tail.
They do.
And that, I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, it's
I don't know how they
personally
feel. I was like, how do they feel when they get home? And look back at this game and say, what happened here?
what happened. Yeah, but there was even some discussion that maybe Richard Pant actually faked an injury to kind of help break the momentum. Because remember, after those sixes, he went down and took off
Yeah.
his pads, called on the physio. So they're
Okay.
saying it was a plan. And the very next ball, Klassen was out.
Oh, yeah, no, he was.
Yeah,
Well, it could have been planned. I don't know. It could be real, it could be planned, but whatever it was, it worked.
it worked definitely. And as you say, I don't know how they feel because not a lot of time to think about it because
Yeah.
most of the players have gone straight back into other T20 franchise tournaments that have
Tournaments
started.
around the world. Yeah, everybody's back
Yeah,
to playing, so they don't have
yes.
time for it to really sink in.
No, I think later in the year, maybe around Christmas or something, when they get a break and they sit and think about it,
Yeah, I just
then.
feel that they're not going to get a lot of opportunities like this.
But speaking of India, though, and they win a great win for them. I mean, first team to go undefeated in the World Cup.
Correct, correct.
Whichever team won would have been the first, but India happened to be the one.
To be the one, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if you had a chance to see the videos of the reception they got when they got home.
Oh, to India! Oh my God, it was epic.
Yeah, I saw some things at 1,000, but it looked like millions to me.
It was many, many, many people.
Yeah, it was.
Many,
Yeah.
many, many. I was happy for Kohli too. It was good to see
Finally,
him go out like this. Good to see him go
finally
out like
get some runs in the finals.
finals. Yeah,
Yeah, and Kohli, captain Rohit, and then
Rohit.
Jadeja all announcing their retirements.
They quit.
They quit, and
They're done.
South Africa
Yeah.
actually had a couple to go. I think Miller actually said he's done as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
from T20 International. I guess they'll just go out and play on the franchise and make money there
And
instead
I
of
think, you
playing.
know what, Ingle, the more I look at it, the amount of cricket that these guys are playing, the international has been very little to them at the end of the day.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just to represent your country and win a trophy.
Yeah.
And Miller is probably thinking, I'm not going to get a chance again. So
Again, yeah, exactly. Why
you know,
bother? Yeah.
why bother? He's 35 years old, and
Yeah. Yeah.
probably thinking, hey, look at the youngsters. And Kohli,
The
I guess,
youngsters.
and Rohit actually, I don't know if it's true or not, but I saw something where, because you never know when you see something on the internet if it's the correct thing. But I saw a quote by Rohit saying that he didn't want to retire, but circumstances, and that led to speculation. People in the cricketing circle are saying maybe because the new coach is going to be Gambia, and him and Kohli don't want to work with Gambia.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
because they
didn't
don't
see
have
that
good
one.
relationships. Yeah, so
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting.
yeah, it's going to be interesting. But India, I mean, they're so strong that they have a separate team. None of the World Cup players, they're playing a T20I series in Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe,
And
yeah.
no one who played in that World Cup are currently playing in that game.
And they're still
So,
strong.
and they're
They're
still
still very
strong.
strong. I think they're led by Shubman Gill, right?
Shubman Gill is leading that team, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
There was some controversy, but you know what? Wow, I don't know. Maybe we're speaking too quickly, Roger, because Zimbabwe scored 115 and India 97 for 9.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow.
So who
Maybe the young
knows?
guys can't hold up as good as we thought.
As we thought, yeah. I thought when I saw 114 this morning, I thought that was going to be so easy.
A
But
walk in the park, but
yeah,
apparently not.
probably not. Yeah. Wow. That's
Interesting.
surprising.
Interesting.
Very
It is.
interesting.
Yes,
Anything
it
else
is.
on the World Cup? I mean, the World Cup itself, I think it was a success.
I
Talking
think so
to
too.
talking to people, I think the only downside for them was the pitch in New York. That was
The
a
New York pitch.
disaster. And
That was a disaster.
and
Yes.
also the first semi-final pitch was questionable at the Brian Lara Stadium, which is surprising
Yeah,
because that pitch is
usually,
normally very good.
it's
So I was
usually good.
surprised. Yeah.
Yeah.
But generally, I think the Caribbean did a good job.
They did. They
The
did.
USA
And
as
you
well.
saw team, yeah, for sure. You saw teams coming out like Afghanistan making
Mhm.
a play to say, listen, man, I'm a serious contender here in world cricket. So it was a
Yes,
good tournament all around. Emerging teams, USA showed that they can do something, Canada showed
hmm
that they can do something. So it was good. All around it was good. And the excitement
it
was
was
there.
good. Yeah, I mean, good for Canada too because USA have an automatic into the next World Cup for be
Yeah.
finishing top eight.
Yeah.
So Canada doesn't have to contend with USA for this
I
one
know.
spot in the region, so it's a little easier. So
Yeah.
if
One
we,
less to worry
if
about.
things go to form, then those two teams should be in 2026 World Cup, which would be good
That
again, and that's
would be
in
great.
India and Sri Lanka. So that would be great if that can happen. But
Yeah.
it shows yeah, it was good to see some of those African teams too playing.
Yeah.
Um, was getting their first win and celebrating and stuff
I
like that,
know. It
So
was. It was.
yeah, it was really. I think Uganda got their first win, and
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
were they were happy and they celebrated. Good to see PNG. So good,
Yeah.
glad that they expanded it to 20 teams. It was
It
overall
worked out well that they did that. I think the exposure that these lesser teams got, I think, was excellent for them. Excellent. And it also showed that the gap isn't as big as ICC is making it out to
exactly.
be.
Exactly. And T20 is a great level. I mean, maybe if it was test cricket or something, it would
Maybe.
be way
Maybe.
different. But in T20 cricket, the gap isn't as big as you said, as ICC is making it out to be. And
Correct.
we've seen it in many sports now too, that the gap is closing.
The
And
gap is closing everywhere.
everywhere.
Soccer, every sport,
Yeah.
basketball, every sport is closing.
Yeah, and I'm sure you're gonna talk a bit about the soccer gap for real. And
Yeah, for sure.
after those exciting wins yesterday. But
Yeah, for sure.
just to wrap up on cricket, because I do want to spend more time on Euro and track and field. So just to wrap up with the cricket, just a couple of series that are going. West Indies are in England, sorry, and the first match they had an outing with the Counties Select, which I didn't think was the strongest team, but they turned out to be a decent team.
It turned out I wondered if his West Indies wasn't strong enough. I don't know, but we'll see later
I
on.
was wondering the same thing too, West Indies. But some good scores I saw
Yeah,
there
yeah.
from West Indies. I think a
Hodge.
few Hodge got 100.
Yeah,
Anthony's had 50s in both innings. Um,
correct.
Louis got 50 and his first 50
Yeah,
in
Kurt
West Indies
McKenzie.
colours. Kurt
Yeah,
McKenzie as well. McKenzie looked good. I was actually watching him for a bit, and he had a 73, and he
inconsistent.
looks
He's inconsistent.
very,
When he's on, he looks really good, but then the next game, I don't know what you're gonna get.
yeah.
So,
I think the bowlers had a workout,
yeah,
which they didn't get too many wickets. Shamar Joseph is not in England because the flight from Guyana was cancelled, and so is
cancelled because of
Moti.
the hurricane.
Yeah, and Moti also cancelled, and
But they should be there
yes,
now. I was told, right? They should get there
yeah, they
yesterday.
should be there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, the hurricane. I guess the timing. It's bad to see a hurricane, but if there's going to be a hurricane, the timing was good because it finished. It came right after the World Cup
Very tough.
was
I
done.
know.
But
Yes,
some devastating damages in Barbados, Jamaica, Carriacou Islands.
Grenada. Yeah,
Yeah, it was
Saint
very bad,
Vincent.
and it's
Yeah, tough
one
one.
reports is so unusual to see a
Category 5
category 5 at this stage of
in
the hurricane
July.
season in July. Yeah,
If you warm up
it's
for the Category 5, what is going to happen later on?
later on. It's good to the category that we can't give a number to.
I can't give a number to.
Yeah, yeah.
That's where we're
So
heading, though.
it looks that way for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Quickly, other series, as I just mentioned, India and Zimbabwe locked in that series. They won 15, India 18.5 overs. So they need to get 15 in the last over and one ball, and 9 wickets are down. So that's
It's possible, but
surprising.
it's going to be hard with only 1 wicket there.
It is very surprising to me. And
Yeah.
on the women's side, England playing New Zealand.
Mm-hmm.
England 134 for 1 in 13 overs. And it's, even the women, they're scoring some big scores in these T20s nowadays.
20s. I know this. I know
Yeah.
this.
And that series is the England women, they won the ODIs 3-0, and they're now playing the T20s.
T20s, yeah.
And then the other series for women that's going on, India and South Africa. I mean, India was 3-0 in the ODI.
Mm-hmm.
They won the one-off test, but now South Africa is up 1-0.
Well, nothing, yeah.
And then
Good,
the
it's
next
not a
match goes to,
whitewash.
it's not, yes, for sure. And I think besides that, the only other thing for me in cricket, Roger, is that Anne Brown and Desmond Haynes are no longer
Yeah, I
actually
saw that.
selectors.
I was very, very, very well. I was surprised in a little way. So I'm actually leaning on you to sort of help me out about what happened here. But first, do you think Haynes did what he was supposed to do?
He said he did a good job. He's happy. He sent out a big letter yesterday. I read some of
Not
it.
that.
He
You
could
agree with
have
it?
done. I think he could have done a better job, but at times. But
Yeah.
selection is always controversial. And but the West Indies, the thing about this is they said they're going to a new system. I want to
I
see
don't
what they're
understand what
planning to
that's.
do.
Do you know what the system
It's
is?
no, they said it's going to be approved. I don't understand it. It seems
I
to me
don't.
like they're going to finish away with selectors and use just some sort of technology and just go
It
by.
sounded that way, and I'm wondering. That's what I was wondering. I mean, I wanted you to explain because they didn't say these are going to be our selectors going forward. They talked about a system, and it's like, okay, what are
A
they talking
system,
about?
yeah.
Like,
I
what
know there are a
exactly are
lot
they
of
talking
people. There's a lot of software out there now is giving you stats on players and different stuff like that, which can probably tell you which pitches they play better on and which, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
So I don't know if it's something like that they're leaning towards to selecting. But if that's what they're doing, I'm not in favor of something like that, honestly.
I don't think
Do
I
not,
don't think we're even ready for that either. Myself, that would
no,
be a little leap right now.
unless
Not a fan.
I think, even if they go to a system like that, you must have somebody with experience to select and look over
Exactly,
the stats and
exactly.
discuss these things because you can't just go there. But I'm waiting to hear what it says. They said they will make a decision at the next meeting.
That's next week.
Um, yeah, because he says, according to Miles Bascom, who's the cricket head of cricket director of cricket, he says we are committed to a selection system that reflect the current needs of our cricketing landscape, which will give us the best chance to identify and develop talent across all levels.
Hmm.
And he says the new system will have increased and focus on scouting, depth charting, alignment with cricket strategy, and human resource management.
I don't
So
know,
he
man.
said these decisions were taken following careful considerations by the Cricket Development and Performance Committee, Roger. I don't know. I'm waiting to see what it is because it seems like
It doesn't sound good to
something
me.
doesn't sound
It
good.
sounds,
No.
yeah, if you want to use AI for your depth chart and stuff like that, yeah, I can get it. But
Hmm.
to do everything with it, I think it's going to be very risky, actually.
It is very risky. So we will see how it turns out and what West Indies come up with.
Definitely, I'm waiting to see that one, actually, to tell you the truth. They
So
have me
then
curious.
so there will be no need for anybody to go and watch a game anymore. Any select
That's
talent,
where we're heading.
maybe
That's
just
where
for
we're
talent,
heading.
even with talent scouting. I want to see how they come up with this. So
I
it will
don't know
be
what they're
very
talking
interesting.
about.
Yeah.
I'll wait for them to say what it is because, yeah, it doesn't sound so good right now. It doesn't sound very clear to me. So
It's not
clarity
clear
is
to me.
required for sure.
Yes. So we'll wait and then we will discuss once we know what it is. Well,
Correct.
that's it for me for cricket.
I think there's one more for cricket before
Okay.
we run out. Is
Mhm.
Major League Cricket started, right?
Oh yeah, Major League Cricket started
Yeah.
yesterday,
I mean, I
and
know the USA should be all up and up because of how the T20 World Cup went. I mean,
mhm.
are they starting off on the highs? The crowd's into it? Is the players into it?
Actually, I didn't even watch the first game
I think that's
yesterday,
a
but
poor run team.
Puran scored 62.
Yeah,
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 the Mumbai Indians won. They
yeah,
won easily.
yeah.
They beat Seattle, and the LA team actually won their
Yes.
against Texas. So in the opening matches, that's when you see guys like when I looked at the score sheet and it's everybody's back there again. Jason Roy. David Miller is playing.
Yeah.
Andrew Russell. They all just flew from the World Cup straight there.
Straight over there. And just continue making money.
Quinton de Kock. And
Yeah.
I see Pollard's gone from coach to player.
I noticed that.
Yeah. He's with the Mumbai. So maybe if I get a chance today, there's also Mumbai Indians New York playing again today at 3 o'clock. So probably get a chance to look. And the San Francisco play LA again tonight. So
right. Yeah.
I will have a look at that later today. But yesterday I didn't get a chance to look at any of the games.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
And the other league that's going on also is the Lankan Premier League. So
yes, that started as well.
So that is good. Yeah, so that's it for me for cricket, and we can have a half an hour to go. So, and I know there's a lot to talk about in track and field, and also in soccer.
Yeah, so let's kick it off on the track, right? So we had the trials. Just about everybody had their trials last weekend, and a lot of people are going to talk about the U.S. trials and the Jamaica trials, and Shannon Sharp. Going off on the internet about USA, and now allows and what they're going to do to the Jamaicans. But I think in Jamaica we saw a young man, Kishane Thompson. Yeah. I'd say, man, I've heard about this guy for years now. From he was in high school because his coach was a close friend of mine, so I knew he was good. Had a lot of injuries. But what I saw him doing that 100 meters when he won in 9.77. That guy had like about 4 more gears that he didn't go for yet.
Wow.
He said his coach told him to run for 60 meters, which was Stephen Francis. And if you watch the race, he ran for about 70, and then he started looking over. He was impressing. So I don't know, Ingle, but first, Kishane Thompson, second oblique Seville, 977, 982, and third was Akeem Blake, 992. So Jamaica had 3 guys flying in that 100-meter finals there.
Those are the 2 names I was looking for. And then when I heard this Thompson, I was like, I got to ask Roger about this guy. Yeah.
And he's a big guy. Right? He's not a
big guy.
Yeah, he's like 6'5" or something like that. So he's like bigger, almost like both.
And his mom is so happy. I saw an interview with her. She did on the Sportsmax. Yeah.
She's bouncing off the wall because everybody believes watching the race, I would guess that he can go 9.6. I would guess that he can go 9.6. And I don't know who's going to beat that, but it's going to be an interesting race because, as I said, on the U.S. side, we had Noah Lyles winning in 9.83. We saw Christian Coleman coming fourth and not making the team, which was a shocker. So Lyles, 2 fourths. Yeah. I don't know how he goes home and sleep after that. He ran 9.93 and 19.89, which are fantastic times. Like he would have won by a mile if he was at the Canadian trials. And he's fourth in both races. So I feel bad for him.
Fred Curley actually surprised me. I didn't expect him to come through there.
I think that guy's half crazy sometimes. But yeah, he did show up in the 100 and did 9.89 and came third to edge out Coleman. So kudos to him. He's unpredictable.
Very.
He does at the Olympics. But good run from him. I'll give him credit for that. Bednarek looked good too. He was second in both races. He looked very good as well. So the US has a good team. Lyles and Bednarek along with Curley in the 100 and Area Knight in the 200. Good teams. Jamaica has 100 meters. They don't really have the 200 guys, but in 100 meters, Kishane, Oblique, and Akeem is going to be very, very competitive against Lyles, Bednarek, and Curley, and it's going to be a true battle between the 2 countries, I believe. Not marking out everybody else. Don't get me wrong. Marcel Jacobs from Italy, he's looking good. So you can't say it's just Jamaica versus USA. Zarnell Hughes,
Hughes, and a couple of Africans as well.
Yeah, Omanyala is there. Tobago is there. So yeah. It's going to be interesting to see that 100-meter finals, but it's going to be interesting from a Canadian point of view because I think a lot of people are saying that maybe for the first time, Andre is not going to get a medal. I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
Well, that was my thoughts, but I said, you know what, he finds a way to get better because when I saw the Canadian winning time, 10.2, I thought, like, that's not, he's not,
A different
I don't know.
postal code.
Yeah, like he's not, is he going to get better by the time the Olympics? Because, but we always seem to count him out and then he find a way to get through.
Finds a way to get the medal. So,
So, yeah.
yes, I'm doing the same. I'm sitting on the fence with him. I mean, his times doesn't look like he'll be able to get in the top three, but every year he finds a way to do it. Let's see if he can do it this year. I think he's 29 going on to 30 now. So let's see if he still has it to do it. The only thing I will say is that if you watch track and field enough, you see at some point the kids come through. When Andre came through in 2015, he was a kid.
Right.
Now you see, Kishane 21, Oblique 22. The young kids are there now coming through. So you got to look out for that. So.
You see it even in the US trials too, because you look at the hurdles the people are going through. It's just, I know you'll talk about the 400 hurdles, but the 100-meter hurdles for women, it's just
that is probably the most competitive event out there. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa. When you look at those times, man, I was like, man, oh man, oh man. That is some race where you can run, as if you think about it, right? Nia Ali and Kenny Harrison, veterans,
right?
And Nia Ali ran 12:37, Kenny Harrison ran 12:39, and they're not on the team.
They're not, yeah.
So it's weird, but the young kids came through. Masai Russell, 12:25.
Yeah.
Alicia Johnson, 12:31. Grace Stark, which is a shocker for me, 12:31. These are some tremendous time. And if you look at the Jamaican trials, the winner, Akira Nugent, a favorite of mine, so I'm very happy for her. She broke the record for the Jamaican national record, and she went 12:28. Right? So
yes.
it's like,
so
whoa.
It's going to be a great finals for if these women stay to form. It's going to be
a very, very, very hot finals. Further at the US trials, we saw Gabby Thomas. She took the 200 meters. Sha'Carri Richardson didn't make it. She was fourth. I was wondering if that was planned. I don't know. I mean, she was just tired. I don't know what it was, but
I was wondering the same thing. Was she tired too much running, and as you said, was it planned? Because she didn't look anything like she did in the semis.
No, she didn't look like she wanted to be there.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Kudos to Gabby running 21.8. And Mackenzie Long, the NCAA champion, looking extremely good as well. So it was a good race, but I just don't feel Sha'Carri wanted any part of it.
Actually, I was happy for Mackenzie Long, especially seeing her story about her mom.
With her mom passing away.
So
I thought maybe it affected her in the 100. She didn't show up at all. In the 100, she got knocked out very early, but in the 200, which is her favorite race, she came back and she did really well. And she's going to be a factor. And she's driven. She's motivated. I think she's going to do something special. But as you also mentioned, we had Sidney McLaughlin, 400-meter hurdles.
I mean,
I don't know. I think people are
just like sit on the rest.
I know. That's exactly what it is. She's like that F1 with Verstappen. But when she comes out, Ingle, she's running 50.65 to break the world record that she set, 50.68 a couple years ago. And second was like 53 something. So
53, yeah.
She is on another planet totally. Kudos to her. Consistent. She's extremely good all the time. And hope she stays injury-free. And I think she wants to take this world record to somewhere no one can get it.
Yeah.
I believe Femke Ball is exceptional, but I'm not sure Femke Ball can run these times. But we're going to find out in a few weeks. But that 400-meter hurdles, it looks like it's all locked up with Sidney McLaughlin right now. World record.
That's one of my thoughts. And I said, that's something I'm sure you'll discuss is whether Femke Ball can be close to her or not.
I think she can, but I don't know. I mean, she may be able to get to 51 really low or 50 point very high. But where Sydney's going, I don't know if Femke can get there. But don't get me wrong. On the flat races, I think Femke is pretty close to her. So, remember, Femke Ball run 49.1 indoors in the 40 meters. So the strength is there, the speed is there, or the speed endurance is there. So It's going to be an interesting race, but for now, I don't think Femke can get to her. But Femke doesn't seem to be tired. She doesn't tire, so you never know. Never say never with her.
Yeah.
Another big story coming out of this, Ingle, I don't know if you watched it, was this young kid, 16-year-old, Quincy Wilson.
Yes, Quincy, yes.
And he kept going. This guy ran 44 3 times. It's like, oh my God, at 16. Unbelievable for this high school kid. And he's on his way to Paris.
Yes, he's on the relay team, yeah.
That was just too, I don't know. So some people, again, social media is always out there that his career is going to be done by his 20.
I don't think so.
Because he's going so fast too soon. I don't know.
I think he's loving it, and I think he's probably gonna. He seems like someone who's got his sights set on some big things in the future.
It does. As long as the other thing I would say, as long as he's managed properly and he has the right people around him, he'll be okay. But it's important for him to have the right people around him.
That's true.
All that is happening can get to his head, and you just never know what will happen next. So we'll see. But kudos to him, and that was very, very exciting to see. The shocker for me, and I think it's still talked about, is I think Mo. She fell in that 800-meter race, and I don't know if you saw it, Ingle, but
I saw the race. Yeah, I felt it for her.
I felt really, really bad for her. She was crying. But it was a recipe for disaster. She has not raced in 9 months, so she wasn't race sharp. She runs with these long strides, so she usually has to be on either the outside, at the front, or at the back. You hard to find her mixing it up with people. And for some reason, she decided to mix it up. And she got clipped. I don't know, man. Yeah. Feel it for her.
I know. I really felt it for her, for real. But now she said she's going to focus on the world record.
But let's hope she can do that. I really hope she can do that. And it'll be good to see her come and do something like that. So I'm actually looking to see how that one goes, to tell the truth. We'll see. Over there in Jamaica, back to Jamaica though, that 100-meter race for women was shocking in a few ways.
Yes.
Of course, Elaine couldn't make it because she was injured. But Shelley only finished third.
That was surprising to me. I was expecting a race between Shelley and Sharika, but is it Tia, the one of the twins?
That's been by Tia Clayton, the supposedly slower of the two. She ran 10:86, so she's definitely not the slow one anymore. She looks really good, and expect more from her. Her coach is very high on her. Sharika looked really good, although you could see that she was holding back. She wasn't going full out. But Shelley, I think, was running hard, or fairly hard. So, she's definitely showing that she needs to be sharper by the time it comes around, but she has a month to do that, so I think she'll be fine. But it was an interesting race to watch, to see just how Shelley is going to stack up. Because a lot of people, the whole Jamaica, I think 3/4 of the world, want to see Shelley on the podium in Paris. So,
of course.
A little work to do here to get there, but at least she's on her way to Paris for sure. That's the first thing. So, looking forward to
five times Olympian. That's not easy.
Not easy. And she's medals. We have medals from all. So you don't do that very often. You don't see that happen almost at all. So this one is going to be tough. I think, you got Julian Alfred there. You got Shakari Richardson there. You got Sharika there. They're not jokes.
It's for the UK trials. I didn't see Asha.
She's gonna double up. She easily won the 200 meters in that trial. But she's gonna be running the 100 and the 200.
But she didn't win the 100, right? In the trials.
I don't think she ran it.
She didn't have to run it.
She didn't have to. No.
Oh, I thought his assist. Yeah, because I didn't see her name and I was wondering.
Yeah. So their system's a little different. I think like Darnell Hughes didn't run either. Right?
Okay.
Right, so they have like a selected one, and then the two from the trials joins that one. So they get their 3. So Dean Asher was the European champion in the 100 meters.
Right, sure.
So that probably just put her through. But she's going to be a factor too. She's already talking gold because she says she's feeling better than she's felt in years. So that 100 meter is going to be hot. The 200 meter is going to be hot as well.
200 is going to be hot, yeah.
A lot of names are out there. And another story coming out of Jamaica, Ingle, was Mrs. Lyles, as some people call her, Janelle Bromfield. So she finished third in the Jamaican trials in the 400 meters, and she's on her way to Paris.
Paris, yeah.
It's like, oh my word. So she has not run well in years. When I say years, I mean years. So, she's coming back slowly over the last couple of years, and now she's at 50.7. So huge improvements. So Noah Lads is going to be there. Jonathan Brumfield is going to be there doing the individual events and relays. So kudos to them. They're certainly looking as a power track and field couple right now.
Yeah.
Another one, which is sort of off the radar and not to talk about too much, I think. So maybe, but Yannick Brown. So she hasn't done anything for years. She won the NCAA 2019, ran 12.40. She was running like 22.3 over 200. And I think she had some meltdowns. You probably saw some of them because she was the Jamaican partner for Sha'Carri Richardson.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's back on the track. She shocked a lot of people and she came third at the Jamaica trials in the 100-meter hurdle. So she's also on her way to Paris, and she said it. She said, you know what? She agreed that she had a mental breakdown. She said it was tough for her. But she says now, since her coach believes in her so much and it is proven that he's right, she's going to train hard for the Olympics. I don't know what's going to happen in the next month, but I will say she's an extremely talented young lady. So I thought she would have been a world beater before whatever happened to her, but let's see how she does. But it's interesting to see the couples and the former couples all getting together.
Over
there in Paris, I tell you. And there were two young Jamaicans that showed up. DeAndre Watkin won the 400 meters in 44.4. He's only 21. Brian Level won the 200 meters in 19.97. He's only 20. So look out for those two names, two young Jamaicans coming up.
There's a question. Where does Brianna Williams go from here?
You know what? She's on her way back in terms of being a little more consistent, but she hasn't run any time that is worth. She hasn't run 10. Okay. She's probably not camp that she's probably going to do a little better at than what she was having in Jamaica, it seems like. So let's see. But she's in trouble. Her career is in trouble, I must say.
That's what I'm thinking of her career, because so much was expected from her when she was junior.
So much, yeah. She's a double champion, right? Champion, double champion. You don't mess around with that type of credentials. But Jamaica didn't work out as well as it should for her. Injuries, focus, all of that didn't seem to be there. And then now she's back over with John Smith, Atta Bolden's coach. So I'm sure Atta Bolden has an input in what's going on there. But she's in California and she believes she's coming on, so let's see how it goes for her.
Okay, great.
Also, quickly to the Jamaican trials, Omar McLeod, he was indoor, outdoor, Olympic champion. He had all the belts. He said he has sort of lost his fire for the event. He came back and he ran 13:22, but he was fifth, so he's not on the Paris team.
Right.
But he said he thinks he's gonna switch to the 100 meters to sort of motivate himself, as he no longer loves the hurdles. And surprisingly enough, Glenn Mills came out and says, yeah, it's probably a good move. I think he's going to be competitive. So he has already run 9.99 a few years ago. So let's see what he can do when he comes back.
I saw that and I was wondering if he's really going to do that. Is he living in Spain or somewhere else as well?
Italy. He's in Italy now. Yeah, he's in Italy now. And lastly, I must quickly say about the Paris Olympics, as it's coming up so soon. There's a threat that is going to be under extreme heat over there. Right. So World Athletics has increased the number of doctors being trained to handle heat strokes.
Exhaustion, right?
Yeah, heat strokes. So they're doing that. But the USA team and the Great Britain team says, you know what, we're bringing our own AC.
Wow.
So they're not taking any chances there. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how.
Was it one of the soccer, the last in Saudi? It soccer that they had to get special fans and stuff?
Fans, they did.
Yeah,
they did.
On the ground.
It was in the 40 Celsius.
Yeah.
In the 40 Celsius.
They need to do something. Can't have them running too hot. I mean, but a lot of these races in the US trial and Jamaican trials, it was pretty hot as well.
It was pretty hot, but they said it's going to be hotter. So
wow.
Let's see how that goes. All right. We're going to skip over to football, soccer, as some people know it. because the Canadian media has lost its mind today, Ingletonn Liburd.
Oh man, that's all I'm saying.
All over the news, Canada is in the semifinals of the Copa America after they defeated Venezuela on penalties. And man, oh man, that was a game. I don't know where they got that energy from in Texas, but they ran for 90 minutes, Ingle. They were
I
just
missed that
up
game
and
actually.
down,
I
up
just saw
and
the
down.
highlights, but that's great.
It was awesome game. High flying, fast pace, good technique, opportunities, poor officiating some of the times, great goalkeeping by both goalkeepers. Just an awesome game. An awesome game. So Canada gone to the semifinals. No one expected them to be there.
I didn't expect that. No.
I know they ranked what 40 something. But they're there now. So let's see how they do in the semifinals as they're going to go up against the team they met in the first game.
Yes, they play
Argentina.
Yeah.
They're going to be up against Messi again. So that's Tuesday evening. So again, all of Canada is going to be watching that game. But it's going to be very, 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 very exciting to watch. So I'm actually looking forward to see. I don't know what your thoughts are if you think they can actually get to the finals.
I think they can. Argentina is not looking very good. I watched the game yesterday, and I wasn't really impressed with the way they played. And
no, they haven't played well at all.
They haven't played well. Ecuador actually had chances in the second half.
Ecuador should have beaten them. So, I don't know. I don't know if you agree with this terminology, but Messi seems to be the MLS Messi. He's not the all-world big man from Barcelona, PSG. No. He just seems like a reasonable MLS player right now, in my opinion.
Exactly. I agree with you. He doesn't look like Messi. I mean, the same as when I watched the Portugal, I thought, why is Ronaldo playing?
At 39, he wasn't fitting in. You know, so Messi's just not looking great, and I don't think he's as influential as he was before. So I'm giving Canada a shot next Tuesday to see how that one goes. On the other side, the other quarterfinals that are going to be played today is Colombia against Panama, and I think Colombia are the favorites to take that one. They've been having a really, really good spread. And then the big one is Uruguay versus Brazil. And Brazil has not been playing well either.
So, they have not been playing well at all.
They don't look good at all. The whole of Brazil, I think, is cursing them. So they're there.
Looks like the weakest Brazil team I've seen in a long time.
In a very long time. It doesn't even look like Brazil, actually.
No, it doesn't look. No.
But we'll see. So we'll try to figure out who is going to be in the semifinals on the other side. But Canada, Argentina, and Tuesday, we're going to see. I'm guessing it's going to be Brazil, Colombia. But Uruguay may pull a surprise. Uruguay may pull a surprise. So it's going to be a fascinating game to watch tonight in the Copa America. The games have been good, tight, interesting. But we must note, though, that the USA didn't make it, Ingle.
No, they didn't. And they're at home.
They're hosts, and they can't make it through. No. So I think they're going to fire the coach. I don't know what they're going to do with that team, but no USA. And Jamaica was there, too. Let's not forget. And they did absolutely nothing. And the first thing that happened after they lost their third game was the coach quit. He said, "No more. I'm jumping off this plane." So I don't know what's going to happen for the Jamaican team, but it was sad to see.
They banned one of the players too, right?
Not banned, but they suspended Leon Bailey.
Suspended, I should say,
There was a lot of things happening behind the scenes, a lot of political stuff, which I think was part of the reason why the coach quit as well. It was rumored that he wanted Leon Bailey on the team, although Leon Bailey said he didn't want to be there. So he was still trying to get Leon Bailey on the team. And the other players are saying, "Look, I'm saying I'm here. I'm playing my heart out for you. And you're still trying to get somebody else who doesn't want to be here." So that caused a little friction on the team. And then the JFF just tried to cool it down by just suspending him. So he couldn't get him even if he tried. Although Leon said he's not interested in going. So, but let's see what happens next to Jamaica. Let's see what happens next to the USA, because they're gonna have to show up soon. Anything with the USA, if it doesn't go well, changes have to be made, and they gotta do better. So, we will definitely see how that one goes. But Ingle also happening over there in Germany. It's the Euros.
Euros, yeah.
And Spain, they beat Germany. They scored in the 119th minute of the 120th minute game. So they kept it to the last minute for sure and defeated Germany 2-1. It was a good game. Spain was definitely the better team, though. Definitely the better team. And interesting to see Spain not scared to use a 16-year-old Yamala on their team. 16, so fascinating to see. And he was one who provided the assist, so he's playing well for a 16-year-old. But Spain is looking good. They're on to the semifinals, and they're going to face none other than the former world champions, France.
France, yeah.
I don't know, Ingle, what's going on with France, but I think somebody said if France was played in their backyard, they would close the curtains. They wouldn't even watch them in their backyards. They can't score a goal.
They can't score a goal. Yeah.
They're in the semifinals. They've only scored one goal, which is a penalty. Everything else has been own goals.
Yes.
I've never seen that. I've actually never seen something like that before. So I don't know. What do you think about what's going on in France here?
Maybe they'll show up in the maybe too much dependency on Mbappe.
And he's having a tough time with his broken nose and the mask on his face.
And then maybe they'll show up in the semis.
I hope they do because it's my team. I'm really hoping that they do. But they have a good. They play a decent defensive game. It's hard to score on them, I will say. Very hard to score on them. But they're not looking as if they're going to score anytime soon, to tell the truth.
No, they don't. Look,
it's very
don't
sad.
know where they're going to get goals from.
I have no idea. It's not, and it doesn't look like it's going to be Mbappe. So they're in serious trouble. Dembele is just, I don't know. He doesn't know how to score. Good player, doesn't know how to score. So interesting to see. But today we're going to have the other quarterfinals. It's going to be England against Switzerland at noon, and then Netherlands against Turkey at 3. So I'm guessing we're going to see a Netherlands-England victory today. You agree?
I agree with that. Yeah, I think England is still saying they can win. So
they believe they can win.
They believe they can win the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't know why, but they certainly do. But you know what? With the teams that are there, anything is possible because they're fairly similar. It's just what happens on the day. And England has a couple of influential players that could make a difference. So I won't mark them out. I won't even mark out the Netherlands. They showed up last game. So
they played very well, yeah.
So let's see what they do today. And you may see a tough... It's a good 4 if those 4 go through. Not knocking out Switzerland and Turkey, but I think a Netherlands, England, Spain, France semifinals is going to be exciting. Really, really exciting to watch.
It will be.
Looking forward to that. So yeah, that is about it as we're almost out of time.
Yeah, it's almost out of time. It's 10:58, so time just flies. But I'm looking forward to settling down for the next couple of hours and in an hour's time and just sit and relax and watch the Euros. And then I guess it's soccer all day.
It's soccer all day. I know. And then tomorrow we have track and field because you have the Paris Diamond League tomorrow. So it's a sporting weekend, I think.
It is a sporting weekend for sure.
Pretty
I'm looking forward to that. So enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. Be good, be safe, and have a great weekend.
And see you next week. Have a great one, everyone.